Alright, welcome back everyone to the second patch video today. This is going over all of the hero changes, and my god, there are so many hero changes, so many shard changes. It is a freaking blast, and without further ado, let us hop right in. Alright, and before we get into the video, guys, I have an announcement, and no, it's not just the gameleap website, okay? So quickly, stay tuned, stay with me. So we're doing something special. Yes, it does somewhat pertain to the gameleap website, but it's very special. Number one, there's two things. Number one, it is a 50% sale going on right now. All you gotta do to get the 50% off, literally half, is use code SPRING when checking out, so go do that. But most importantly, when you sign up, okay? When you sign up, one of you will win a coaching session with me. Literally a full coaching session, an hour coaching session, free of charge, completely free. You will just win a coaching session, which is an $100 value for signing up. The annual subscription, 50% off, is literally like 20 something dollars. It's like 20 bucks, okay? You can make that in an hour for a lot of people, 2 hours, okay? And then you have the chance to get a free coaching session, which is really fun. I do a lot of private coaching. I'm very competent at it. It's a great time. It helps you go up in rank. And so I highly recommend you enter this right now. It's a great time to join. And yeah, so click the link down below right now. It's the best time than ever to do it. If you haven't signed up and you've been on the fence, do it now. It is literally going to be your best opportunity probably for the next year to sign up. So get in right now. Alright, hero updates. Base HP regen increased on Abaddon. That's good. This hero's kind of meh. It was a bad core. I would have to guess they're going to make it a better core. It was a good support, but a bad core. So I'm going to have to guess they're going to buff the core aspect and nerf the support aspects. Shard upgrade now reduces Mistcoil and Aphotic Shield. Oh, wow. That's really strong, actually. You just get a second cooldown off of them. So it's a 4.5 second cooldown on Coil and 5 second on Shield. That is such a big buff. People are 100% gonna buy the shard. That is so strong. The shard is so good now. Mistcoil, backswing reduced. Heal reduced by 10 at level 1. That's not that bad. Self-damage is now 50% of the values instead of fixed numbers. Alright, that's pretty nice. I think that's good. Backswing reduced on Aphotic Shield. Mana cost increased. Wait, that's not really increased. What? Oh, it is increased. Okay. I looked at it backwards. This just seems like buffs, even to support Abba. What? Alright, support Abba is definitely still good. I can tell you that for sure. Damn. Yeah, support Abba is definitely still really good. I mean, it's even buffed. This shard seems really good. Like a 5 second cooldown shield. I mean, it was 6, but every second counts, you know? It's really good. Alright. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This hero's just a good support still. That's all I'm gonna say. Alchemist, his picture isn't even there. Grievous Greed cap reduced. Alright, they nerfed it again by 3. I still think he's good. I still think Alk is good, but they're hurting him, you know? They're trying to chip him down without killing him, which I can respect. Ice Vortex, the best ability in Dota. Mana cost reduced from 40, 55, 70, 85. Okay, that's nice. Oh, that's big for the core AA. The Scepter reduces the mana cost on Chilling Touch, which was such a problem for core AA who bought Ags. You literally couldn't use it, but like as much as you'd want. So that's a big buff, and you can use it to farm. This is really nice for core AA. Like Midas and Ags type of meme. Something like that. Maybe Witchblade, Dragonlance. Okay. Mana cost reduced? Yeah, I don't know. I guess it nerfs to level 1, but I think you're supposed to max this out anyway. People don't max it out, but I'm pretty certain you're supposed to. Rework shard upgrade on Anti-Mage. Now causes Blink to have 3 extra... Oh, what? They must have gotten rid of his talent, right? Oh, yeah, they did. Okay. I'm like, why would they... Yeah, I'm like, why would they do that if he already has the 2 second blink cooldown? It's going to be like a 0.5 second blink. That'd be really fun, though. But wow, that's a really strong shard, though. It increases the range and the cooldown for 1,400 gold. That's really strong. It's a really good shard. And then they give him some other talents, which, I don't know, I guess they're okay. They're not that good. Well, I guess Mana Void stun for an extra second's pretty cool. It's a long stun, you know? An extra second's a long time for AM to rip into someone, so that seems pretty good, actually. Yeah, because you just take, I mean, now that you can just buy the shard, you just take these other talents, but at the same time, it is quite a lot of gold, you know, that you're not investing into other items, so it's a bit tough. Arc Warden shard oh my god, dude, when you're in your bubble, you get 40% magic resist? What? When you buy shard. And it slows people. I don't know, Arc Warden already felt strong to me. I feel like this hero is just underused. Attack point reduced on Axe, Scepter upgrade, cooldown reduction. Oh my god, dude. You can get 3 seconds off your ultimate without Axe. Shard now also increases proc chance by 10%. Holy. Wow, this shard is kind of legit. What the shard is for Axe is it's when you auto attack, you have a higher chance to proc, right? but it's also, I would imagine it also buffs just when you're getting attacked. So this is just a shard is just really good on X now, I think. 10% extra chance, it's good. Reworked shard upgrade. Whew. Causes Brain Sap to become a 550 targeted AoE spell. Secondary units heal for 25%. That seems, guess it could do a lot of damage and you could buy Ags, right? Yeah. I guess you buy Ags, I suppose. Oh, they changed the Scepter though, so, okay, so it's not that good then. Because, like, you could buy the Shard and the Scepter and it'd be kind of legit, but it's not the case. Reduces Fiend Grip cooldown by 45 and causes Fiend Grip to create 2. Nah, frick that. Frick that. That's some hot garbage. How you even gonna afford an axe on Bane? Frick that. Backswing reduced, okay. Alright, I'll read this Enfeeble. This ability is very interesting. A lot of people think it's actually broken. I have a friend who's a Bane enthusiast. His name is Matthew. And all he cares about is Bane. It's actually the only hero he plays and asks for. Attack damage reduction increased from 25... Okay, so you literally do 60% less damage if you're Enfeebled, which is kind of nuts, right? It's kind of nuts how little damage you do when you're Enfeebled. It's like getting Anchor Smash, but it's from range. Health restore reduction reduced by 6... Like, literally you heal for 60% less. The cooldown is 7 seconds at max, and the cast range is 1100, but it's nerfed early on. But it's 1100, so... Basically, they're telling you max Enfeeble on Bane. That is what Valve is basically trying to say. If you're going to pick Bane, you should max Enfeeble. Because the duration was also increased to 11 seconds at max, which is pretty nuts. It's actually pretty insane. For 11 seconds, you do 60% less damage on a 7-second cooldown. Problem with Bane is that, I don't know, it's just not a stun and it's not a slow. And then, like, I don't know, is this good? It's like it's so much stuff. You know, like, it's so much stuff. Against the right heroes, just destroys them. Like, if you put this on a Morphling and he can't purge it, he actually does nothing. It's literally a bot hero if you put this on him and he can't purge it. You know? Like, it's a bot hero, but... I guess situationally, you're just like a really hard counter to these type of heroes. Alright, I don't know. Bat Rider now causes Flame Break to have 2 charges and apply a sticky napalm charge on impact. Oh, that's really strong, right? 1400 gold for 2 flame breaks, that seems really good, and it applies a sticky napalm charge, which is super valuable. You can just immediately apply 2 charges, which is big. That seems like a huge buff. Backswing reduced, range reduced, alright, who cares? I mean, I guess it matters quite a bit in some scenarios. The buff no longer stacks in multiple instances, but instead adds to duration. Oh, okay. I mean, it cancels Blink Dagger for forever. Flaming Lasso, backswing reduced, it's good, damage per second increased. Oh. Yeah, so, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't feel like they should be buffing this hero. I feel like it's in a fine spot right now. Like, this shard is so good, dude. I really think this shard is, like, semi-broken. You can just bump people all around. Oh, is there a Slark running at you? Bah! Oh, is he running at your CM now? Bah! Bounced away. And he got two sticky napalms? Or, I don't know. That seems way too strong. You can just immediately sticky napalm someone twice? Literally, you go on someone and they just have 3 sticky napalms if you use your Q, and then you lasso them and they're, like, dead. What? I don't know, that seems good to me. Beastmaster, base armor increased by 1. Dive Bomb Shard no longer grants free Hawk control. Dive Bomb Shard now has 1200 cast range. Dive Bomb Shard, 2-second stun, that's pretty good. You can target couriers. Hawk Shard, oh my god, dude. They're making the shard so good, dude. What? Dude, why is the shard so good? Oh, but it doesn't grant free Hawk control. Oh, okay. Okay, I read over this one. It has a really huge cast range, but you don't get to control it. But it reduces the cooldown by 15, which is huge. The stun is so freaking long, and it kills couriers. I feel like this is a really good shard, actually. I mean, yeah. Scepter now increases damage by 40, and the mana cost was reduced. So basically, they're like, hey guys, sorry about removing Necro. We're gonna give you some armor to compensate and make Wild Axe's build good again, and you can buy Ags first. Or like Helm Dominant Ags, something like that. Movement speed, duration increased from 3 to 3.54. Okay, anything important? No. Bloodseeker! Blood Rage, backswing reduced. Alright, that makes sense. It was kind of awkward. Now deals 10% of target's current health as damage on cast. Oh, that's pretty good. But they nerfed the numbers, but I think that's just a buff, right? Because it's, I don't know, 10%'s a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. I think that's just a buff. I don't know. I guess it depends on the hero you're uptraining, but overall, considering a lot of heroes stand still or TP out, it's probably just a buff. Bounty on a rework shard. Shadowwalk now grants 40% reduced incoming damage while invisible. Attacking out of invisibility stuns. This is really, isn't this just like really strong as well? How can you can just buy like a hood, go invis on like a 8-second cooldown or whatever it is, and then you can stun out of it, and then shuriken. I guess it's good because this hero's kind of unpicked. This is strong. This is a good shard. This seems super legit because it, like, you're scouting and then you get gone on, but you take 40% less damage. Just buy like a bunch of fluffy hats and a hood and run around and tank the ganks. That's what you should do with that hero, and then stun people. Brewmaster, base movement speed increased, passive evasion increased. Oh wow, 10% at level 1. Split time reduced. Storm thingy increased on HP, fire one increased on HP. They're all increased on HP. Buffed for the astral shard. I don't know, I'm not even gonna read that. Who cares about brew? Bristleback base mana regen increased. Base damage increased from 20. Okay, so just 50 damage more for the base, but I'm guessing the stack was reduced. Yeah, stack was reduced by 2, so it's just better for securing creeps, but it's worse for the stack, which I would say is a nerf for the mid-late game, but a buff for the late is what that seems to be for me. That's how I see it. Viscous nasal goo. Armor loss per stack is increased. Oh my god, Scepter removes cast time? That's insane! What? You can just keep sprinting around in goo? Bristle Scepter is kinda, I don't know, it's kinda legit. No cast time? You just like, that's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. You can easily chase people down. Broodmother. Incapacitating bite has been removed. What? Spawn Spiderling debuff duration increased from 5 to 20. Oh. Okay. I guess that's when you kill something, right? Spawn Spiderling debuff stacks. Oh my god. You can impregnate creeps is what I'm hearing now for a long period of time. It's kind of awkward. But yeah, Spawn Spiderling, so you can just start the wave by nuking the ranged creep and then nuke it again when it's gonna die, and you can get multiple spiders. I guess that's pretty legit, right? It's really nice for farming. Yeah, it's really good for farming, actually. This is super, yeah, this is a big buff, actually. Because you can lead on camps with your Q to draw them out, and you could potentially make like much more spiders considering you don't have to wait last second to cast it. That's just a buff. Reworked Shard now causes it to be an AoE spell and increase the miss rate. Oh, that's pretty good now. They're really buffing up a lot of these shards, because now this is pretty good. An AoE root and increases the miss rate to 80% when rooted. That is pretty good against certain heroes, especially illusion heroes. This is a really nice answer for brood for illusion heroes like PL and Naga. You can just make them miss and root all of them. You also got an extra web at level 1. That's a big buff. Less movement speed though, but better replenish time. Insatiable Hunger is now a basic ability? What? Its mana was reduced? Damage was reduced? Lifesteal rescaled? Duration rescaled? Really interesting. I don't really know how I feel about this. It seems pretty strong. It's not, I mean, it's really good at level 1, right? So like, my idea behind this spell, well, I guess it's not that good because it's such a long freaking cooldown. What is the skill build on Brood? I don't know, it's really weird, but what I will say is it makes Brood able to be a lot more active. Like this gives Brood the ability to just like, you farm really hard, you probably buy like a Midas just to like get really high levels, because I think you want to skill all of your abilities now. Like you're really worried about getting all your abilities. Oh, what the frick? Spawn Spiderlings is now an ultimate, what? Cooldown rescaled. Damage increased from 70, 140, 210 to 280. You get, they do 300 damage. Spawn count. What in the world am I reading? What am I reading? What in the world am I reading? Oh, Silken Bull is a basic ability. What? What am I reading? My brain is melting. What is this version of Brood now? Your spiders you get at level 6 and they deal 300 damage. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool you max. So the idea behind this, I'm assuming, is you maybe take a value point in Bola, max. Like, you only would take a value point in Bola. Right, so you leave this at level 1 just so you can root people. Does 100 damage at level 1, which is pretty freaking insane. So you take a value point in Ebola, probably at level like 8, 9 or something. And then you max, I think you max Insatiable Hunger so you can spam it. Right? So you can spam it to farm and lane and heal. And so you're like a sustain hero. So basically you're a sustain hero that AFKs in webs, sustains until it's level 6. I can't tell if this makes Brood really good. I think it makes Brood really good. I actually like this. It's like a lot more active version of Brood. I actually really like this. I think this is very cool. And potentially very strong. I'm gonna have to try it out. Centaur, AoE increased from 315 to 330. Nice, that makes it much easier to hit. Cast point reduced. Shard slow, I don't even know what the shard is. Retaliate, strength damage return increased. Not by a lot, alright. Cooldown reduced on Stampede, that's a big buff. Oh, this just seems like a lot of buffs. Just seems like a lot of buffs on this hero. Okay. Damage was reduced though, so it's a lower cooldown. I think that's a buff though, because you wouldn't really want to use the spell primarily for the damage. That's not why you would. It's not why you pick Centaur or use Stampede. It was always for the movement speed, really, and the slow. Not really anything else. So okay, I kind of like this. It's cool. Chaos Bolt backswing reduced. Shard Illusion now always lasts for 6 seconds rather than the duration of the stun. Oh, that's pretty good. So you can stun someone and then you always get a 6 seconds illusion, which is pretty freaking good against. You know, like heroes like Terrorblade and Naga and PL and Luna, heroes with strong illusions, basically. Chen got some basic mana regen. Heal increased from 250. Okay, just a bit of buff on the heal. Shard mana cost reduced. I don't even know what the shard is. I think it's when you could like send people back to base or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't seem like much of a buff to Chen. More strength at level 1, but less scaling. I think that's just a buff to his lane though. Mana cost on Strafe increased. Oh, that's a big nerf. That hurts him quite a bit, almost double at level 1. Shard skeleton duration reduced from 60. Yeah, I don't know why it was so long. Those things would literally last forever. I have no idea why. They were there. Burning army spawn interval reduced, so they come out much quicker, which is a lot more damage, and the cooldown was buffed. So is this a buff or not? I don't know. The strafe thing is quite a big nerf. You kind of have to max it, I guess, to make it valuable to use it. I would say this is probably a Clink's buff overall. It's close because this is actually a nerf. I don't know. I'm not much of a Clink's player. I don't know how much mana problems you have. I know a good amount though because of Searing Arrows. Jetpack. Shard movement speed bonus reduced from 22% to 20%. Shard cooldown reduced. That's good. This shard's actually kind of legit. It gives vision. It's pretty strong. Reworked shard now allows you to move, cast, and attack during freezing field. What? Your movement speed is reduced by 75% during this, and the freezing field follows your movement. Interrupts and silences will still interrupt the spell. Okay. I mean, it's pretty cool, because basically what you can do is buy BKB, buy Blink, buy Shard. You BKB Blink Shard in, you ulti, and then you Frostbite Unova and you right click. It's pretty legit. I mean, it's only good late game. Like, I wouldn't buy this early into the game, I don't think, because it's, you know, it reduces your movement speed by 75%. It's not that good, but I mean, it's definitely very legit. This is a very legit shard for the late game. For the late game, though. Darkseer damage interval increased from 0.1 to 0.15, so it's, you know, you might just get that last tick kill a little bit quicker. Oh, Darkseer back, perhaps? Damage increased from 24 to 30, so we're back to the 30, and the damage interval is faster, which is a big buff. Scepter max health reduced a little bit though, mana cost increased too, so I think that's still a buff though. I'd rather pay a little bit more mana for a much better spell. Vacuum back's being reduced, which is nice. The normal punch max distance is buffed. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. When you punch the illusion at them, it does 80% damage. Holy. That is so much damage. This shard is legit. It's a little bit clunky to use, but it's legit. Especially if you get like a blink. You can blink stun, and yeah, I don't know. I think this is actually... Darkseer might be back, boys. I don't know. This seems like a lot of nice changes to this hero. Dark Willow. Base HP regen increased. Cooldown reduced. Okay. I felt like it was good, but alright. Damage rescaled, so it's better at level 1, but worse at max. Oh no, 40 damage more. Cast range was reduced, but not by a lot. Cast range on Terrorize reduced, not by a lot. Shard also reduces delay by 1 second. Well, Bobby, you stupid. Alright, sorry, that was very mean, but like, I feel like this one wasn't really thought through because you're gonna run into this potential problem. Problem with this is that you're gonna curse crown them and then Yules them, which is always the combo on Willow. You curse crown Yules, but the problem is this might just grief it where it goes off in the air. Like by the time you use them. I don't know, this seems kind of like a grief. It's like good if you don't go Yules, but how can you not go Yules on Willow? You need a defensive item and the setup is incredible. I don't know, that seems like a grief. They might have to rethink that one, guys. Alright, Dazzle. This hero was so bad. Let's see what it does now. Turn rate improved. Rework shard. Now causes poison touch to heck. Level 15 increased? What the heck? What is this? What does this even mean? Level 15 increased from 35 attack speed to 60? Is this just a bug? What is this even in reference to? What is this in reference to? What the heck? It's probably supposed to be referring to a talent, but what? Does Dazzle have a 35 attack speed talent? I don't think so. This one's kind of legit though. You hex people, you can hex multiple targets for quite a long time. Dazzle lacks a stun, so this kind of gives him that ability. And keep in mind, Poison Touch is a pretty low cooldown when you get some points in your ulti, so... Poison Touch now does first damage immediately, that's good. Cancels blinks, and does a bit more damage. Scepter heal increased, still bad. Cast time improved, and cooldown reduced. Alright, some big Dazzle buffs. I would say the Shard is probably the biggest one. It seems pretty legit, but will people pick Dazzle? Probably not. Probably not. Attack point reduced. Base damage. Oh my, that's a lot of base damage. Movement speed by 15. Reworked Shard increases Spirit Siphon charges by 1 and causes enemy to be feared by 2 seconds if they are siphoned for 4 seconds consecutively. That seems very good. So they're giving her like a good shard, but they're nerfing all of her numbers. Backswing reduced on Crypt Swarm. Remember when this spell literally took a century to cast? Now it's like insta-cast. 15 talent. Changed. Seems like a nerf. I mean, 60% movement speed is actually pretty good. I don't know. And then I like this 20 talent. I don't know if people are gonna pick Prophet though. I don't know. 15 less movement speed, much less damage, a better cast point though. I don't know. I don't even think Prophet was even that broken, to be honest. I know people felt like she was. I don't think she was. I think she was just really hard to play against or annoying. That sounds like she's broken. No, like annoying to play against is the right word. I don't know if she's broken though, to be honest. I'm not convinced. Like, Disruptor! Thunderstrike shard radius increased from 500 to 650. Okay, that's pretty big. Shard now always increases the radius rather than only on allies. That's good. And the bonus duration was increased from 1 to 1.25. That's good. This shard is pretty legit. It's just awkward to buy it. Because your hero doesn't have a lot of gold, and it's like, do I need a Glimmer or a shard? Huh. Glimpse cooldown buffed at level 1. Cool. Some talents. Extra static storm duration. Glimpse arrival damage. What the... I'm pretty sure I'd rather cast range than glimpse arrival damage. It is a lot of damage at level 15 though, to be fair. I don't know if you can take that though. Kinetic field duration, that's a long duration at level 20. Then glimpse cooldown by 11 seconds less, which makes it a 7-second cooldown, or AoE, which is kind of awkward because it doesn't buff the kinetic field AoE, so I don't think that's... I guess it's good for zoning out areas though. Doom 3 armor, oh my god. Alright, Doom got 3 armor. A little bit less max damage, but better lower, which I think is a buff. Base attack time improved. No longer gets HP regen on Devour. Backswing was reduced, but you get extra bonus gold. Quite a lot at max, 40 extra at max. But you don't get the regen, which is tough. But you do have armor. Backswing reduced from 8.3 to 0.5. Backswing reduced. Scepter no longer reduces cooldown. Scepter now increases Doom duration by... I don't know, man. I don't think this makes Doom very good. Because, like, the thing is, even though he had no armor, he could just start with a Ring of Protection. Like, I don't feel like that was the problem, you know? I don't know. Maybe Doom's just fine and people are not picking him when they should, but I don't know. I don't think that's that good. I don't think it's that good. Fireball. Shard can now be used in his melee form. Has 600 cast range when used that way. That's good because it was kind of weird that you couldn't use it in melee form. It felt bad. So this is actually a huge buff to Dragonite. Being able to use this to clear waves on a very low cooldown is super strong. Cooldown increased, but the damage was increased. That's just a nerf. I feel like I'd rather a lowered cooldown than better damage for sure. Drow Ranger. Attack point reduced. Shard burst slow for... Okay. Shard now affects creeps. Oh, so you can use it to farm. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually good or not. And mana cost reduced from 90 to 70. Oh, that's good. Oh, this is a big buff too. 2 seconds extra on the increase for the multi-shot cooldown talent at 15, which is a very strong talent, so I like that. Earthspear, one of the more popular fours of the patch. Gonna say he's probably getting nerfed. Boulder Smash, Stone Slow reduced from 60% to 50%. Remnant Pulse Speed reduced. Vision Radius reduced. That's the shard, right? Scepter damage increased. Okay, I mean, it's quite a bit of damage actually. Distance nerf on Rolling Boulder. Stone distance reduced, but damage increased. I think the hero's still good, right? Like, this doesn't seem like much of a nerf, to be honest. I mean, it is a lot of small number nerfs, which hurts the hero, but nothing in some insane fashion where I'm like, this is really bad. This is a big problem for the hero. Earthshaker. Enchant Totem no longer has True Strike, okay? No longer gets consumed if the attack misses. That's just a nerf. Scepter leap range. Scepter now also provides cleave. That's not good. This just seems like a nerf. I don't want cleave. What am I going to do? To buy this and farm? Come on. 40% cleave? I'm not going to buy this and try to scale and try to cleave. Like, I guess it could one-shot waves if you're farmed enough, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's cool on an offlaner, I guess, but you nerf the range. You can miss, which is not good. Obviously. I don't get this. I don't get it. Earth Splitter cooldown increased. Okay. Delay though was buffed, so I'd say that's probably a buff, to be honest, considering just being able to hit this spell is the most important part. Then Echo Stomp was nerfed. I actually think this is correct. I feel like Elder Titan was actually good, better than people are giving him credit for. I think the hero is actually potentially a little bit broken, to be real. Backswing reduced on chains. They're really making backswings better. They want the game to be just like more fluid. Duration increased from 8, 12, 16, 20 to 11, 14. Oh, wow. That's a big buff to the level 1 Flame Guard. That is huge. Really big buff. 3 extra seconds. Okay. That's big. Shard now provides you with the charge when killing enemies rather than spawning a fire remnant. Oh, that's actually good. So now I can see you buying the shard. Yeah. That's definitely very strong, actually. Okay. Okay. That is actually a big buff. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. You're gonna get kills as Ember in fights, right? And you just get another remnant. That is really good. That is really, really strong, actually. So people are definitely gonna pick up the shard. I could see the build being like Flame Guard talents with Maelstrom into BKB. And then into Shard. I could totally see people doing that. Enchantress, Untouchable. Oh my god, don't make it even harder to hit her. Wisp count rescaled to 8. The heal is less at level 1. No, it's not. It's more at level 1 because you have double the wisps. And it's like, okay. I'm not going to try to do the numbers. I'm not going to do that. You guys can do the number. I don't care. Demonic Conversions, cooldown. Oh yeah, I see. I said I think they should do something like this, where they should make it where you can't use it at level 1. That's not really what it is. It's just a 50-second cooldown, so which is a big nerf, right? You can't use it twice in a wave, and you can't even use it every wave, so that is a big, big, big nerf to Enigma. So I think it's the right way to go about nerfing this hero. But they also removed Necro, so to be honest, I think Enigma is going to quickly fall out of the meta. I will be very real. I guess it's okay as a 5 still, but like it still does everything it used to other than that, but as like a 5. I just think this might hurt it a little bit too much, perhaps. Base armor increase for Void, okay. Backswing better. Now it does damage per cooldown. Oh, cooldown was reduced by quite a lot at level 1. The duration was rescaled. It's still really long. So let's say they have 3 spells on cooldown. It will do 39 damage total for 11 seconds, which is like 400 damage. And the cooldown slow is reduced, so it's more of a damage spell though. So like technically if you're against Invoker, you can just solo kill them with time dilation, right? Is that what we're looking at now? We're gonna solo kill people with time dilation, huh? Is that what we're doing? Solo kill with time dilation, and it's a really low cooldown? Seems like a big buff. Damage increased on time lock, backswing reduced on chrono, a bigger radius, cast range reduced on time lock though. The shard cast range increased, so they're trying to get you to buy the shard. Oh, no wonder why I couldn't figure this out. Okay, yeah, the shard is what makes you go back. I mean, you had to click the ability, but now it has its own hotkey. Okay. I don't know if this makes Void good. I mean, I think it's a buff, because now you can basically take time dilation and run around and kill people with time dilation in the early game. But, like, it's not that much. It's actually quite about it. It's good. I think this is good. You can do, like, 400 damage on a 16-second cooldown in an AoE. That's pretty strong. Will people max it, though? Like, maybe the build on Void is to go, like, 4-4-1 now? Like, just max 1 point in bash for the duration, and then, yeah, well, like 1 point in bash, you max your Q and your W, and you just run around time dilating people. I can see it being legit. Maybe people actually pick Void as a support. Oh my god. Dude, people are gonna make Void a support now, actually. That's what this is, dude. Void is gonna be a support. Oh my god, because he has 1 armor, so he trades better, and you can max time dilation and do like a poop ton of damage to certain heroes and stall their cooldowns. And, like, I don't know, maybe that's what you do. And you buy the shard? I don't know. Is that good? It's probably really bad, but it has potential. Keep that in mind. Grimstroke, rework shard upgrade. Inkspell does 50% more damage and heal to the target. Oh, a strong dispel? What? Oh my god, what? Rework shard upgrade causes Inkspell to deal 50% more damage and heal the target. And when it expires, it's a strong dispel. Guys, a strong dispel in Dota is when it purges stuns. You can get ravaged, and then Inkswell dispels ravage. That is insane, actually. This one is nuts, because you obviously just put it on someone when they're initiating, and then if they get stunned, right, you put it on them, they don't have to BKB, right, so they just don't click BKB, and then when the Inkswell goes off, then they pop BKB, right? That's crazy. And extra damage on Phantomous Embrace, and extra lash radius, and Inkswell cooldown. Oh my god, minus 6 seconds on Inkswell. And you can buy this shard. That is kind of nutty. This hero with the shard and this talent is kind of nutty. That seems pretty freaking good, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know. This seems really good. I don't know how else to put it. Late game, it's good. Gyrocopter. You get more attacks. Oh, that's just a buff then. Oh, this is just a huge buff. Okay, that's just a massive gyro buff. Oh my god. You get an extra attack, which by the way is a big deal. Like you have to understand, it's like really good for farming, really good for pushing waves. It's obviously a lot of damage. Even at level 1, one extra auto on flak is such a big deal for pushing out the wave and harassing. Oh god. Ugh, I don't even want. Oh my god. Added Aghanim Scepter. Alright, I guess I have to read this. Hunter's Boomerang. Tosses a boomerang in an arc. Upon contact that returns the hoodwink, the boomerang will deal 350 damage as it passes through or hits the enemy. Applies a Hunter's mark that causes the enemy to be slow to take 25% more spell damage and reduced status resist for 7 seconds on a low cooldown. Okay, I see. I don't know. Shard. Decoy. Decoy. Hoodwink sends a decoy illusion with scurry to the target location. When the illusion is attacked or hit by a target ability, it is destroyed and plants a tree in its place. It applies a lesser bushwhack. The illusion lasts 12 seconds. What is a lesser bushwhack? Why wouldn't they just say the numbers? Oh god, what is all this stuff? Bonus damage reworked, so it does it's more flat? I don't know if that's good or not. I'm not gonna, as I said, I'm not doing the numbers. Initial projectile now uses the attacker's projectile speed halved for bounces. Okay. Planted tree is no longer considered a special for Tango usage. That's good. I don't know why that was even a thing. May now be placed on auto cast to always use ground targeting. I don't care. Radius decreased. That's good. It was too big. Damage decreased from 90, 180, 270 to 360. All right. So they nerfed bushwhack quite a lot. Oh, but the stun is more, which is good, but only by 0.1. Fixed units dying during bushwhack, sometimes destroying the tree and freeing other units. What about the tree? But you can still cut the tree to unstun people though, right? I think. Active speed reduced. Charge replenish time reduced. That's good. Oh, that's actually pretty big at max. Max damage reduced. Oh, okay, so they nerfed this quite a bit. Now it has a minimum power level of 20% and scales from there. Mana cost was scaled from 150, 125, 175 to 225. Movement speed slow. Nerfed no longer grants vision along this. No longer grants vision? How are you gonna hit this thing? What, do you have to constantly plan a ward? Why would they do that? How are you gonna hit this thing when someone runs away? That is so bad. What? I feel like that's like too. I don't know. I don't like that at all. How does that make any? How are you gonna hit people when they run away? Huskar, strength gain increased. All right, to knockback duration increased. I mean, that's actually pretty good. It kind of puts people in limbo for quite a long time. Shard upgrade can now be cast while disabled. Does not remove the disable. While disabled? So if you get stunned, you can still disarm someone? What? That is so strong? That is so strong, guys. That is so strong. That's ridiculous. The reason why it's like, let's say a Sven stuns you and then runs in, or a Wraith King, you can still just disarm him. That is so good. Oh my god, that is really good. I think this shard is goated, actually. Burning Spear, cost reduced from 4 to 3%. That's also a huge buff. So really big Huskar buffs, I think. I think this hero might be good. And Armlet got buffed. Keep that in mind as well. Huskar takes less damage from Armlet, has 1 more armor from Armlet, which is good for Huskar. And it ticks less. And Burning Spears is less. That is pretty big. Why would they give him Spell Lifesteal? That seems super mediocre. Maybe you buy like Ags and E-Blade or some nonsense? I don't know. Reworked Shard Upgrade. Okay. Reworked Shard Upgrade causes 2 extra Chaos Meteors to land alongside the primary cast at slight angles. Reduces the cooldown by 15. Oh, that's actually good. That's actually really good. What? Like, you can just hit everything now. How can anyone get out of the way? These things are just going to be everywhere. And it's 15 seconds less cooldown, which means you can use it to shove waves. This shard is super legit, for sure. They've made so many of these shards really good now. Regen reduced. So it's much worse. So you lose 3 regen at level 2, but it provides 2 strength per level. But it does not have the attribute levels. Okay, kind of weird. So you get extra HP but less regen. I don't know if that's good or not. It's probably just not good. I guess it's all right. It's good if you're gonna get bursted, I suppose. Damage reduced from 264, but you gain int. I'm not gonna do the math, and then you get agility on Wex, but no nerf. So that's just a buff then. Okay. So Wex Invoker is just better then? By quite a lot, actually, right? Because it's 2 per level. You're going to get like 18 Agi or something like that. Whatever it is, 16? I don't know. Ayo, the hero that everyone hated for at least a major. Level 25 attack talent now only attacks if Io is capable of attacking, not when stunned, okay? Cast range nerfed untethered, no longer unlocks max movement speed. So that's the nerf to the Weaver combo in particular. Shard now stuns upon connecting, I don't care. Max distance nerfed, collision damage reduced. Oh my god, what? What? What the hell? it's 40 to 25. Surely they buffed it somewhere else, right? All right, I guess I was just dead then. 15 less damage? Hello? That is so much. All right, rip IO, I guess. I don't know. Is the hero viable? I cannot tell. I think the answer is no. I don't know though. It's kind of still like a semi-broken hero, but they also nerfed Heart. I can't tell. I feel like it's not good. Jakiro, agility increased by 5. Holy, that is so much attack speed for the laning stage. Delay between waves reduced. Shard now also stuns for 0.4 seconds. This shard is really strong, by the way, guys. Scepter no longer increases damage, but it makes it become pure and pure spell immunity. Wait, wasn't that already the case? Oh no, that was the talent. Oh yeah, that was the talent. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good then. That's a buff to the Scepter. I don't know how often you see Jakiro Scepter though. Not too often. I don't think it's usually good. 15 talent. Oh, you lose the Ice Path cooldown. That's not good, right? Wait, when was 1.5 second Ice Path cooldown at 15? When was that a 15 talent? Wasn't that a 25 talent? Oh, they moved it to 25 now. So when was this at 15? What? And this hero wasn't being picked and it had this talent at 15? Really? I'm actually really surprised by that. What else? Omni Slash now provides spell immunity. Did it not already? What? What does that even mean? When could you get stunned out of Omni Slash? What does this even mean? When you're casting it, you get spell immunity? Because that's really good. Okay, so it's slightly nerfed. Slight nerf. I don't know. Jug's still good. I don't get what this means. Someone explain why this matters. What do you care about? I honestly do not know. Maybe you could get like disarm. Oh, I know what it does. Oh, I know what it does. I know what it does. So like in the past, I mean, it does a couple things now that I thought about it. You could get disarmed. So now you can purge disarms, right? Certain disarms, not halberd because that can't get purged, but it purges that. It purges decrep, right? Like if you get decrept by like a Pugna or an E-Blade, you can still do it. And it purges stuff, right? So let's say you're affected by a bunch of stuff. It's gonna purge it because that's what spell immunity does. So this is a big buff in that regard. Like now that I thought about it, right? Because in the past, like yeah, it just purges everything. So if you're affected by a bunch of Veno stuff and Quap stuff and whatever, you can just purge it. And you can get rid of Decrep on yourself as well, which is a huge buff to those matchups for sure. Coddle got some strength. Now grants you recall during spirit form. Oh, what the? So now the spirit form causes Illuminate to heal. Oh, isn't that like a big deal? This seems like a big buff, no? I mean, you lose recall in the early game, but you kind of get this big heal, which is probably, I wouldn't say it's better for the early game, but it's definitely potent. You can heal people for like 150 damage. I mean, 150? Yeah, I don't know. Is that good? I don't know. I can't tell. He also got 40 HP, which is pretty good. 2 Solar Bind charges at 15. That's probably not as good as Cast Range, but it is a good spell, but I don't know. Cast Range is Cast Range. Blinding Light cooldown to Chakra Magic cooldown. It's probably pretty good, actually. Maybe you take that instead. Chakra Magic cooldown to Chakra Magic dispels. Interesting. All right. Gunga! Base HP regen increased from 0.25 to 0.75. Agility gain increased. Cast range reduced. Shard now causes affected units to be unable to attack for the pull duration. That's nice. It's good against range heroes for sure. Shard now starts 900 units behind you instead of 600. Oh, geez. But it's also a 12-second cooldown and 250 damage. This shard is super legit. I'm a huge fan of this. But they nerfed Torrent. I'm not really sure why. I guess it was too big of cast range, I guess. But you get a longer knock-up stun duration. I don't know if that's good, though. I think you have to take damage if you're going to pick this hero. I don't think it's a good support. Even though Tidal Wave is a good spell, I don't know. I don't know. This is kind of weird. I'm not sure if it's actually good or not. 8 HP regen to 14 strength at 15. That's actually really good at level 15 for Kunkka. 280 HP. It's good. Tidebringer Cleave at level 20. I would say that's probably a buff, right? You can get this early on into the game. It's scales a bit better. And a 2-second Tidebringer cooldown. That's cool. So now, oh my god, Tidebringer can scale really well. You get 14 damage. You get the 30 damage talent at 10, 14 strength, then Tidebringer Cleave, then Tidebringer cooldown. This is a really low cooldown. Oh my gosh. This could be really strong late game. Reworked Shard causes press the attack to apply spell. Oh my god. What? Dude, why are they making the shard so good? Every shard was so bad. Like, the old Legion shard was like, when you're dueling, it casts overwhelming odds on a 2-second interval. Now it's, you grant spell immunity for 1.75 seconds, and it reduces the cooldown by 3! 3! Isn't the cooldown of press the attack like 12? A 9-second cooldown spell immunity? You just give someone spell immunity? That's insane. You purged them. Not only do you purge them, then it can't even be followed up because they get spell immunity. That is so good. My god, a buff to overwhelming odds radius. They're really trying to buff Legion, which I agree with. This is so garbage. Scepter no longer provides spell immunity. Scepter damage immunity from non-dual participants changed from 100 to 50. Scepter reduces, oh my god. Oh my god. That is, you can get so much dual damage if you're like killing that many people, I guess. I don't know if that's actually good though. I guess it's good because your teammates can help a little bit, but you don't get spell immunity, which was kind of a big part of the Scepter, because you would buy the Scepter late game, you would duel, it give you immunity, and then you could BKB afterwards, which was nice. Oh my god. Your overwhelming odds can do so much damage. If you get a 5-man overwhelming odds, it's literally going to do like 900 damage. You could literally do like 900 damage with the 5-man overwhelming odds, and the radius is buffed. This is like potentially really good, right? You could burst people so hard. All right, Leshrac, radius increased on Pulse Nova by a ton. Shard Nova Pulse increase, okay, and the cast point. A lot of Leshrac buffs. This one is the biggest by far. Big buff here. Lich Frost Blast. Mana reduced, less damage on the primary target, but the AoE use was increased. That doesn't seem like much of a buff at all. I guess it's better for farming when you max it out. Mana cost increased. Okay, I don't know why they would do that. That seems extremely unnecessary. Ice Spire HP increased, the shard radius increased, and the slow was increased. I guess it's okay. I don't know. It's like a good distraction in fights. It's alright. It's not bad for the slow, but I don't know. It's not that good. It's okay. It's just awkward. Lifestealer. Base damage reduced by 3. Okay. Feast now does 0.6, 0.8, 1, and 1.2 of the target's max health as damage. Well, I will definitely happily trade base damage for percentage-based maxed health damage. Alright. That is definitely a buff, because it obviously makes it easier to last hit as well. Shard now also causes the hero's attacks on the target to do 2% of the target's max health as damage. All hero attacks, not even when they're open wounds. Not even when they're open wounds, right? Oh, maybe it is when they're open wounds. And the shard cooldown reduced from 15. So the shard is legit too. You can literally chunk people with open wounds. You're going to do 3.2% of their max health. You hit them 10 times, right? If you hit them 10 times, you do 12%. I'm sorry, no. If you hit them 10 times, you're going to do 30% of their HP. That is insane when they're open wounds, which is 100% possible. And Armlet got buffed, keep in mind. Infest. Scepter, I don't know. I've heard this is like kind of cool, but I'm not sure it's good. I don't really know, to be honest. Someone can figure that out for me. Damage increased on Light Strike Array. Shard now removes the delay before damage is dealt. Shard cast range increased. 2-second Dragon Slave cooldown at 10. I guess that's pretty good for pushing waves and fighting. That's kind of cool. Like Spellcaster Lina maybe is back. You buy Veil. Wink. Veil Kaya Lina. Aether Veil Kaya, something like that. And you just spam Dragon Slaves. It's kind of good. And then you can buy the Shard and take this late game. I don't know. I can kind of get behind it. Reworked Shard Online causes mana drain to affect up to 3 enemies. And it becomes... What the heck? What? You become spell immune while channeling? Oh, but they nerfed the cooldown. Alright, at least they did that. I mean, still though. Literally, keep in mind though, it doesn't mean it got rid of the other effects. So it still reduces attack speed by 120. You can literally, if you get gone on by a Slark, you actually can just AFK, spell immune, suck him off, and reduce his attack speed by 120, and you're spell immune. He can't hit you because he has no attack speed, and you're spell immune. That is ridiculous. That is actually so strong. Yes, it's 1400 gold, but that is so strong. Oh my god, this is the patch of the shards. I'm not gonna read these. Mana drain restores allies? What the hell? Ranged base attack time. Shard now applies a basic dispel. Okay, it's okay. It's good. Good against Spirit Vessel. Shard now causes a roar to happen on both locations regardless of the casting state on the other side. Oh, so it's like the old Lone Shroud when you could be stunned and still roar with the other one. Luna. Cast point better on Eclipse, that's good. Shard no longer increases stun duration, no longer provides movement speed. Now releases an attack at up to 2 random targets within a 500 radius from the target location. These attacks bounce like glaives normally do, and oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that definitely is pretty strong. You can do so much damage from so far away with this, because you can take the oh, I was gonna say cast time thing, but I guess not the cast point or cast time. Agility gain increased from 1 to 1.4. Attack backswing much better. My man's gonna swing so fast. Mana cost is better on wolves, bonus damage increased, transformation time reduced, movement speed reduced, duration increased by 6 seconds, which is huge. Now increases Lycan's health. It's okay. Grants shapeshift to target only rather than the target and units it controls. Oh, that's a wolf bite. Okay. Can now target creep heroes like Spirit Bear and Golem. Alright, sure. It's actually definitely good on Spirit Bear, 100%. So the main thing I get out of this that I like, my main read, because now Lycan can't buy Necros, right? And so essentially what I think Lycan has to do is go like Mask of Madness, Armlet, BKB. I think that's the build you have to go on this hero. Because the duration of Shapeshift is mad freaking long. It's mad long, right? 28 seconds. It's crazy long. But you're more of a right clicker. They're clearly trying to make Lycan a right clicker. So if I think that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Magnus, Empower damage increased from 11. Okay, they just buffed Empower again. Uh-oh, back to that meta. Shockwave, nope. Skewer, extra damage, speed reduced. How are they reducing me? Mana cost on RP reduced, better at level 1, it's good. And a really long stun on the shard. Once again, buffing all the shards. Intelligence increased on Mars, agility reduced, so it's much smarter. Damage versus heroes reduced from 35 to 20, 25, 30, 35. That's on God's Rebuke, okay. That's the crit, right? Bulwark attack speed slow on the Scepter from 20 to 30. It's alright, I guess. It's a lot of slow. Oh, it's attack slow. Oh, so that's a lot of attack speed slow. People really can't hit. Damage reduced on Arena at max. Alright. Yeah, it's a nerf. Just a bunch of Mars nerfs, which he needed. Hero's too reliable. Medusa. Base HP regen increased, but you lost a lot of mana. That's probably a nerf overall. Mana Shield now provides mana. Oh, okay. Very funny. Mystic Snake, Scepter Stone. Duration rescaled from 1 to 1.5 and 0.2. Okay, so it just is more of a direct stun. Guess that's okay. I don't know. Alright, I don't know. I think Medusa's not good. Meepo, collision size reduced from 24 to 8. Oh, so like your Meepos won't bump into each other as easily, I guess? Reworked Shard now allows you to poof to allies within a max range of 2,000 when directly targeting them. Oh, so it's like you can like global bring all your Meepos in without a blink? Interesting. Radius on poof was increased, but they nerfed the damage. And then dig is okay, but why would you... Like, somehow it's gonna come out that Meepo is good, but like, based on what I'm reading, this hero seems so freaking bad. I'm not gonna lie, like, I do not get what's good about Meepo anymore. I feel like it still sucks. Monkey King base HP regen reduced from 1.5 to 1. Wukong's command soldiers fixed to no longer ignore their attack cooldowns when they miss. Oh, that's a big nerf then. That's a big nerf. Against like evasion heroes, that's a huge nerf. Ground to tree range reduced from 1,000 to 900. That's just a nerf. Cast range reduced on Boundless. That's definitely just a nerf. Scepter is no longer on Roche. Scepter soldiers now die when Monkey King dies. Holy sh! This ag sucks now. What? I mean, like it's just so many like nerfs. I don't know. Like they nerf this, nerf. Oh my god. I honestly think Monkey Kings can. There's plenty of builds that are good on Monkey King that don't involve ags though. Morphling! This is the hero that I think can buy Dragonlance into meta and be really strong right now. Intelligence increased, okay, by a lot. Attribute shift now is a 10. Oh no, don't do this nonsense. Frick off with it. It's so annoying to pay attention to this garbage. Attribute shift now is a 10 mana cost shift. Attribute shift interval increased. Oh my god, it's so good at level 1 now. Jeez. So he's much harder to kill at level 1, but it costs you mana. Adaptive Strike mana cost reduced, okay, to help out. No longer removes the 3-second shared... Adaptive Strike no longer removes the 3-second shared cooldown. It increases the stun duration by 1. That doesn't seem very good. No one's gonna buy that, I think. I guess actually you could still stun, like you could be agi and still stun someone for 1 second, so it's good late game. It's actually better for late game Morphling, so you can just like casually stun someone for 1 second without shifting any strength, so that's actually good. I can see why they do that. It's kind of cool. But then you don't use the damage one as fast, so I don't know. This is really fascinating. I'm curious to see how this will affect Morphling. It makes him like much less vulnerable to dying at level 1, but like you have to only take 2 spells. You cannot take like any value point in your W or anything like that. And then the mana cost was reduced. Okay, I think it's a buff. I think it's a buff overall. It is 10 mana cost per second, but 10 per second's not that bad. Like, I don't know, you could buy like a Bassi and you're chilling, or like a stick and raindrops. You're probably alright. Naga, Siren, and Snare, alright. Nerfed a lot. The duration was increased though at level 1 by a lot. So it's a much better value point. I think this is a buff actually. Because at level 1, it's a long duration. It's a long duration. So sure, you can't use it as much, but how often would you use this anyway, right? How often would you use it anyway? So it doesn't really matter. Scepter cooldown reduced. Oh my god. Dude, this Scepter thing is kind of insane. You could throw so many nets. It's kind of nuts. And the cast range. Oh, but it was reduced. Okay, I see. Riptide no longer is an active. Shard armor reduction increased from 2 to 4. Shard also now provides a slow and a proc. That's good. Slow's a big deal on Naga. This seems pretty strong against heroes. I could totally see people buying it for 4 armor reduction and a slow on Riptide, which always is going to proc. Right? This is a big buff to the Shard. People will buy this for sure. Come on, please be a buff. Please be a buff. Attack damage rescaled from 22 to 26. 30. No! Oh, no. Not again. They're even worse at level 1, man. Come on, they already do no damage to melee heroes. What are you doing? Oh my god, and the cooldown was increased from 50 to 65. No. What the hell? So now, basically, you leave this at level... What I'm reading from... Basically, what I'm getting is you have to leave this at level 3. I guess it's better at max, but who cares? I mean, you can max it out, but... Oh, please tell me this was buffed. Alright, slightly nerfed at max. No. No, go, come on. Ooh. 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 Alright, new plan. I'm not a lane dominator anymore because my treants do no damage, and I can't teleport anywhere until I get a bunch of points. But late game... How? Oh yeah, so this is buffed. Late game though, alright. But it's percentage, so this is probably just balances out, to be honest. It's probably not much of a change. But late game, oh baby, 2.5 times damage on the treants? You know we ran, boys, you know we ran. Yes sir, yes sir. Necrophos, attack animation timer reduced from 0.4 to 0.3. Attack Shard has been reworked. No longer does 50% more heal, instead it applies a decrepify on the target. This hero sucks, they better have buffed it. Enemy or ally for 2.5 seconds, and it reduces magic resist. I guess that's okay. Kind of a long cooldown, but it's alright. I'm guessing it still does damage though, right? It's probably pretty good. Ghost Shroud, slow increased at level 1. Regen increased. Duration increased. It's okay. I think this hero still sucks. Hunter in the Night. Shard is no longer restricted from player... I don't even know what the Shard is. I don't care to read it. Nyx Assassin provides 50% attack animation speed. Okay. That's good. I mean, it lets you set up for the stun much easier, and the Shards and the Scepter's better. I don't know how much of a buff this really is, but it's a nice quality of life change. It's a buff, for sure. Fire Shield. Oh my god, you take no damage with this thing. It's insane. You literally take no damage from, like, whatever it is, like 3 right clicks or whatever. Level 10 talent to 1 second less on Fire Blast cooldown. That seems pretty strong. No cast range. I wonder what you take, Fire Blast cooldown or Ignite? I guess it's whatever you max. So I guess depending on whatever you decide to max, then you take the corresponding talent. Omni Knight, base strength increased, base movement speed increased, that's a big buff. And the strength increased on... Did he get any nerfs, or is this hero just pretty good now? Hammer of Purity, damage rescaled from 50 to 60%. Oh, that doesn't seem like much of a buff. That seems like a nerf. That definitely seems like a nerf. Oh, but, the cooldown was reduced from 6 to 4, and the mana cost was reduced. I could totally see this hero becoming a right-clicker. Oh my god. They gave him 2 more strength, 5 more movement speed, 1 extra strength, 4 at max. This thing is a 4-second cooldown, which is the Shard, and then 50 damage at level 10. I could totally see Omni Knight being like a mid laner, or like an off-laner right-clicker. Maybe even some like meme safe laner, perhaps. Outworld Destroyer. Essence Flux. Do I have to read this? Scepter, I guess you could AoE farm with Scepter. That seems garbage. Swashbuckle cast range reduced. Speed reduced. Oh, people are going to have to relearn the speed. Duration increased from 8 to 10. What? Damage reduced? No way. What the hell? So it's just 2 seconds longer now? Did they get rid of the talent? No, so you can still take the level 15 talent that increases the duration. I mean, sure, it rolls slower, which might make it harder to chain stun. Sometimes. This doesn't seem like much of a nerf, to be honest. If anything, I feel like this is just like kind of a buff. I guess besides the mana regen, 2 seconds extra? I don't know, man. I don't know. Range rescaled. Oh my. Shard damage increased. So it does a lot of max HP damage. Shard impact time now matches the projectile visuals. Okay. 1 stifling dagger to 1.5. That's actually kind of a lot. Cast range nerf. Base damage on PL, buffed on min, maxed at, buffed on min, nerfed on maxed, cast range reduced on doppelganger, range reduced on the sprint, but the shard damage was increased. Don't do this to us, Valve. Please don't make the shard good. I don't like this meme like Aether Lens, E-Blade, Phantom Lancer. It's just so, I don't know. Oh my god, they're trying to make it a freaking, they're trying to make it a caster hero, dude. What is this? Phoenix. This hero surely is going to get nerfed hard, right? Shard has been reworked. Now causes Sunray to slow enemies by 12% and to be cast. What? Please tell me this is a big nerf. Otherwise, this hero is still broken. Max health from 1.5 to 1. Okay, so it's a nerf for level 1, but not by like some crazy amount. It still scales well. The cast range is not much less. The supernova radius, I mean, what? I thought this hero was going to get nerfed. This is basically a buff. This is basically a buff with this talent. At minute 20, you would have to wait till like level 20 to cast Sunray during Supernova. Now you can just casually cast it. Isn't this just a buff? You can... this shard is so broken. This is so broken. At minute 20, you can Supernova Sunray. That is so broken. How did this hero somehow get buffed? Dude, it's like no matter how much Phoenix gets nerfed, it's still vibe. What? This is so broken. And it slows, keep in mind, which is obviously good, right? Like, obviously it's just of 12% slow. How is this hero still good? Puck, phase shift, cooldown increased from 6 to 7.5, 7, 6.5, 6. Cooldown increased from 16, 15, 14, 13, 19, 17. Okay, so they nerfed the Waning Rift cooldown quite a bit. Phase shift cooldown, oh, that's kind of weird. It's not much of a nerf. I guess it could hurt you in, obviously, some situations. It's a nerf to the laning stage. You can't use it to dodge as many right clicks. But it doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem like that. It makes him a much worse, like, early game hero, but what I could see people doing is, instead of maxing Orb, they'll max Waning Rift to compensate, considering they maxed Orb anyway. I mean, they nerfed Orb last time anyway. You just max the Silence now, I think, is what people will do. You lose the cast range, but you can take the damage and the silence duration. That's a long silence. Puck, okay, so Puck is still good, and they buffed Witchblade, right? Here we go, baby. Pudge, is he in the meta? 1 armor, okay, legit. Cast range, 3 seconds less on hook. Shard increased, Scepter increased, damage increased. Okay, all right, they're working on him. I mean, this is good. This is a lot of buffs. It's a lot of buffs. 1 armor, extra attack range. You know, hook by 3 seconds, level 1. I could totally see this hero being a 4. I mean, it's a bit weird still in the early game, but, you know, like, it's a much better laner now. I'm definitely going to play some 4 Pudge, 100%. Looks fun. All right, Pugna got some damage buffs. Nether Blast goes off much faster. Shard intro, it's not that good. All right, I don't know, some quality of life to Pugna. Base attack damage changed by slightly. Cooldown on Blink. This is nice. It was so bad at level 1. Distance reduced, but alright, I think this is a buff. I'd rather have a worse range, but a lower cooldown, I think. I guess it kind of depends on the scenario. In some cases, this is definitely a nerf, though, because that's like a lot of range, right? And then Shard Silence, That shard is weird. I kind of thought it was good on a release, but I'm not sold. Scepter bonus increased by, that's a lot of yeah, but that's level 18. Blink cooldown at 25, it's not that good. Okay, Razor. Buff duration reduced by 3 seconds at max. Yeah, it's quite a bit of a nerf. Shard damage increased. Whatever, this hero's still fine. They're just incentivizing you to max this instead of your Q. Blink Strike now provides attack animation increase for the attack. That's nice. I think that's actually quite good. This is a big buff. It lets you sneak in extra autos. Attack damage reduced. Oh, but it increases your agility? For how long? I guess this just a duration? Is that a buff? I guess if you buy a bunch of agility items, I think they're basically trying to tell people, like, buy Diffusal Manta. Like, that's what I'm getting out of this. They're like, hey guys, buy Dragonlance Diffusal Manta. You might be like, Dragonlance speed? Yes. Buy Dragonlance on Ricky, it's good. Sleeping Dart. Oh, that's really strong, actually. So they can take damage. So you can, like, kind of just auto-attack them for 200 damage, and then... I don't know, that's pretty good. 200 damage? Sleeping Dart is legit. It's legit, for sure. Shard throw range increased. Cooldown reduced. I think that's legit. It was too long. Alright, some nice little Rubik buffs. Scepter cast range, why? Shard no longer triggers if there's no enemies nearby. That's a buff. Shard radius increased, that's not that good. Sand King is dog. He's actually fine, but kind of meh. Shadow Demon, intelligence increased from 21 to 22. Bunch of talent changes. Shadow Poison at level 10 or strength. Apparently they want you to be tanky. You can take demonic purge damage and buy an early axe if you want. I don't know. I don't understand these changes. But he got some int. Hey, that's great. Shadow Fiend, better base attack time. And so he attacks more and an armor, making him much better laner. Shard has been reworked. Now causes presence of the Dark Lord to reduce magic resist by 14%. Sure, that's good late game. Souls lost on death reduced. Alright, a lot of Shadow Fiend buffs. Makes this hero a much better laner, which is kind of annoying because he's so hard to lane against as is, I feel. So I really hate laning against SF, and now he's just an even better laner, which is pretty brutal. Level 15 talent. Oh, that's a big nerf. Why would you want that? That is definitely just a nerf. Okay. Last word, mana cost reduced. Alright, making him a better laner. This was reduced, but it no longer pauses damage when the debuff duration is delayed. I don't really know what this means, but I know there's situations where you have this on you and it doesn't do damage, and you were like, why isn't doing it damage? So like, I guess this is a change. Shard damage behavior fixed was reducing non-glaive damage to the secondary target too much. Okay, I didn't even know. Silencer's probably still not good at all. Skyrocket Mage, base damage increased by 2, rework Shard. Every time you cast an ability, you gain 5 int, 1 armor. That seems not good. I guess it gives you mana, but like, I actually thought the other Shard was good. It made people like get stunned for 50% longer. It was actually legit. This does not seem good. Even though the hero needs armor, it's 1. Like, bruh. I know you cast a lot of spells, but still. Cooldown reduced. Oh, that's a huge buff. This makes a hero much better laner. 3 seconds less. Damage multiplier less, so it's much worse at level 1, but it's fine. You take concussive at level 1. So it scales. Meh. That's all I'll say, meh. Concussive shot's better though. This hero's just a better laner is what I'm getting. Which is kind of good. I feel like Skyrat's actually kind of underrated. Sprint no longer unlocks max movement speed, and you go faster in the river at level 1. Bash to the Deep now does double damage against creeps. That's pretty good. That seems like a nice quality of life change. Makes you farm much faster for sure. Yeah, that's a pretty big buff. I don't know, some big buffs to Slaughter. Slark Shard upgrade change grants Depth Shroud. Creates a 300 AoE cloud at the target location for 3 seconds. All allies inside the radius are hidden and have increased regeneration and movement speed. Oh, but it's a really long cooldown. That seems pretty broken though. Like late game, you just pick this up. And then like toss the support in it. A CM is just ulting, you just chuck her in the cloud, or someone's getting gone on, you just cloud them, right? That seems pretty broken, to be honest, for the late game. Obviously it's a long cooldown, but who cares? A little bit of buff on the movement speed as well for level 1. I think that's a buff. Snapfire, 1 more armor, a bit more int, damage increased. Armor reduction, duration increased. This is nice. I actually feel like taking a value point in this is still kind of underrated. Shard stun duration increased from 1.5 to 2. It's a good shard, actually. It's one of the better shards. Jump duration reduced, so you don't hop as far, and the cooldown was reduced. Alright. Makes this hero's a much better laner. I could totally see people going like 1-1-1 and just like controlling people and setting up for kills and buying a bunch of mana regen. I can see that being good. Dude, how long is this video? Hey, man, if you guys are still here and you watch the whole thing, you're actually a goat. Type the word like cheese pie in the comments so I know you watched the entire thing. These people are going to type it no matter what, but... take aim, active reworked. No longer gives double range for an attack. Now lasts 4 seconds and grants you true strike and 30% headshot chance. Causes you to move 30% slower. What? That's not good. What? That doesn't seem good at all. I guess you have a higher chance to headshot, but like, what? You move slower? What? And it's a long cooldown? That seems so bad. What the hell? I thought they were going to buff this hero. This is not good at all. Who thought of this? It seems so mediocre. No offense, Valve employee, but I guess offense. Spectre, base armor increased. Oh, don't buff this hero. It was fine. Damage increased on this garbage. Cast range reduced. Cooldown reduced on Shadow Step. Shard can now target any enemy hero that damaged you in the last 8 seconds. Can ground target to find the closest one. I don't know if this is good or not. Cast time on Nether Strike. Bulldoze. Oh, it's reduced to level... Oh, it's just reduced. Oh, what the hell? This hero got nerfed? What? They nerfed Bulldoze? What? How did they nerf Bulldoze, dude? I guess the ulti casts faster, which is kind of nice, but why did they nerf this hero? Alright. Electric Wraith Shard is now inactive on Overload instead of a dedicated hockey. That's nice. I felt like it should have been that. Travel speed rescaled. Oh my god, you might go so much faster at level 1. I feel like that's definitely a buff for the early game, right? Bounce talent is no longer applied to allies that have the shard buff, only Storm Spirit. Alright, so maybe just don't take it anymore. I guess you could take it for yourself. That's good. I think it was a little bit too broken, honestly. Bounce talent now causes the secondary target's attack Do 75 instead of 100. All right, maybe you just don't take it anymore. I don't know. Level 10, just take the mana regen. Level 15, I don't know. I guess the health talent was much better, actually. So this is a nerf to Storm for sure. You would really want the health talent so you couldn't get bursted. It was such a high health talent. Like, no other hero gets this much health at level 15, I feel. It was pretty insane. Shard now reduces cooldown on stun by 4 seconds. That's huge. Oh my god. 4 seconds less? Damage increased? Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. People are gonna buy Shard and just stun you all the time, man. It's like an 8-second cooldown or something. I don't know. Something ridiculously low. Yikes. Sven's gonna come back. Techies. Movement speed increased. Cast point increased. No longer be placed in fountains. Shard cast range reduced. But the stun radius was increased, and it was oh, I really like this. This shard is legit. This is a big techies buff. A lot of movement speed, better ulti cast point, which is super nice. Oh my god. Oh, nice, nice. I want people to not take the mana regen and take the blast off and buy the shard. This is my theory on techies. I want people to take the blast off talents and focus on hitting level 15 and 20. Templar Assassin. Meld does less damage at 1. Oh no, no, I'm sorry. It's less mana. It does more damage, but the cooldown's higher, okay? But you can use it to harass people is what I'm seeing. So they're basically saying take a value point in Meld, which I can get behind. It also reduces that armor by like 5 for a long time. So Meld is definitely a value point. Shard Silence, don't care, okay? Base HP regen increased, base damage increased, base armor reduced. I'd say it's probably a buff, because you already had like 7 or whatever it was. Oh wait, no, doesn't Terrorblade have like 11? I don't remember the exact armor at TB. It's really high though. So you got 4 more damage, which is quite a lot, and then 2 less armor, but you got regen, which is good for the hero, right? Because you lacked regen, so I think this is a buff, to be honest. Attack, oh, you lose 5 damage on meta, though. Okay. Well, yeah, but you lose 5 damage, but you get it back here, so who cares, right? You're losing 1. I'd rather have it more consistently, so that's a buff. Okay, but you lose some attack range. All right, I can see what they're doing. I'd say this is probably a slight buff. Illusion damage increased at level 1. Slow is worse, though. Duration is much better at level 1 now. So this spell is just much better at level 1. It's like a good harassing spell at level 1, which is kind of weird. Oh, but they nerfed the cooldown. But it's less mana. So maybe you just take a value point and spam it off cooldown on people? I don't know. I guess you could do that. It's kind of cool. Gush, mana cost increased, that's it. Alright, this hero's still good. Base armor they gotta nerf this for sure. Base armor increased by 1, but duration reduced. Alright, not by a crazy amount. Regen per stack, 0.3, alright. Not that bad though, considering you max it out. I think Timber's still good. Did they nerf this? Cast range reduced by quite a lot at max. Oh, a big nerf. Oh, a big nerf to the cast range at max. But, oh my, what? What the heck? Dude, you zoom with this thing at level 1. I think what people might do at this point, I guess you still feel like you kind of want to max this thing. Maybe people will leave this at like level 2. They'll leave this at level 1 or level 2. They'll max the Q, right? Because now the Q, you kind of want to max it out because they nerfed a little bit. So you kind of want to max the Q. And then this thing makes you zoom at level 1, which is so good for the lane. So the Timber Chain is even better at level 1. And you got 1 armor, which is, I think it's just straight up better, but you did lose this. So you 100%, no, this is just good. Timber's just still really good. And Flamethrower works on buildings, which is kind of legit, right? It's kind of legit. And your Scepter's better. And plus 6 second. Oh, nice. This talent's really good too now. I don't think this is any nerf. I think this is actually maybe even a buff. People might go like 4-1-4 now. I think that could literally be the build and it's legit because of how good the chain is at level 1. It's kind of weird, but I think that could be the build. Defense Matrix. Alright, this is the shard. It's probably okay, I just don't know. Nice, nerf that garbage. Cast point reduced. Oh, nice. This is what made it so clunky. I think this is nice. It was so annoying. Rearm was so clunky. I think this is good. I'll have to test it to know exactly what it means, but I think it's like where rearm would like, it like wouldn't channel right away. It was, or like it wouldn't end at the end, and then it would cause you to like rearm. It was really annoying. Did they buff or nerf the mana cost? They nerfed the mana cost, nerfed the channel time. By a lot. Oh my god, what the? But I guess they buffed the cast point. Oh, okay. But they buffed the cast point, which makes this all the same. I see. Okay, I see. So it's a quality of life buff, and technically it's a slight buff considering it's 0.53. And then mana cost reduced on rockets. That's good for the late game. You know, you can get more off. Level 10 talent. Oh my god, you can get the mana loss reduction at level 10. You do lose the cast range, but which is a big deal, right? The level 10 cast range was really nice, but you get the mana cost, which is better for farming, you know? So, I don't know, it's kind of legit. And +1 heat seeking, it's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Maybe people won't buy the axe. I don't know, the axe is probably still good though. It's still 15% shrink. Tiny. Whew. Base HP regen increased by 1 to 1.5. Rework shard upgrade now causes tree grab to have no limit charge. So if you buy the shard, you just get unlimited tree grabs. Seems pretty legit. Armor increased by 2. Free volley nerf for some reason. Why? Cast range reduced. Why? They must have buffed it in some way. Toss range is better at level 1, but it's worse at max. It's probably a buff, I'd say, for roaming tiny. I think it's better to have it at level 1 than at, even if it's 100 more. Let's read the talents. You get 10 strength. All right. Probably just a nerf. It's better for support tiny, but nah, you're going to take the movement speed for support. Tree grab. Attack charges to tree grab unit bonus damage. I guess they're trying to make you a right clicker, right? It looks to me like they're trying to make you a right clicker. That's the vibe I'm getting. They made you a better laner. You have this cool shard that makes tree grab no limit, which is kind of good. You get status resistance at level 20. That's kind of cool. Alright, I guess. It's like, people are going to probably go like Sanjinyasha Tiny. People are going to experiment with this. I don't know if it's good though. I'm under the impression that it's not, but like, yes, it has potential. It has potential. Shard now grants invisibility near trees. That's good. I felt like it should. Leech Seed, mana cost, reduced. So wow, you can really spam this level 1 and 2 now. And the cast point was reduced. That's pretty good. Whirling Axes, increased mana cost. The distance was reduced. Whatever. Rework Shard grants Rampage. Globally causes all allied heroes to grant 70 attack speed and 25% status resist for 5 seconds based on whichever stance his troll is currently in. Range provides attack speed. Melee provides status resist. Cooldown 80. Oh, that's really good. You're 100% going to buy that late game. The other one, his old shard would just give 60 attack speed to everyone. So it's technically just a straight up buff. I guess the cooldown's longer, but the big value here is in late game team fights, you can just give everyone 25% status resist for 5 seconds, which is definitely legit. And it's a separate ability, right? The old one was tied to using your ulti, which was super clunky. This is just a separate ability, which seems super cool, you know? Just being able to give anyone attack speed or 25% status resist, which is a ridiculously high number. That's pretty legit. I thought they should nerf this bonus armor. I actually told one of my students they're going to nerf it from 6 to 4 at level 1. I'm a genius! I'm a genius! I predicted it, yes! Movement speed reduced on battle trance. Okay, bit of a nerf. This was good though. I don't know. I think this hero, they nerfed it and they nerf/buffed it in a good way, I think. Tusk, base HP regen reduced. Walrus Punch now does the attack animation 40% faster. It's kind of cool. I think that's good actually. It's a buff though. Damager scaled from, alright, 5 less. It's not the end of the world. It's a nerf, but it's not the end of the world. Snowball cast range reduced. Okay, it's a nerf. Cast range reduced. Mana cost better. Shard no longer reduces attack speed, but it's more attacks, it's more vision, it's faster, it's less mana, and it's a longer slow. Which is really good for scouting though. People are still going to buy the shard just to scout, I think. The attack speed is really nice though, so it's quite a nerf. Attack range increased. Woo! You can hit from so far away. A long radius at level 1, but it's worse at max. Shard no longer provides healing, but increases the wave count by 3. Oh my god. So many waves. Scepter no longer increases radius from 6 to 900 and no longer reduces cooldown. Causes to have 2 charges. That's pretty good late game. You can go everywhere. You can get bigger radius at level 10. I see what they're doing. Okay. I'm dying! Joe, we're almost there, guys. Hang in. We're learning. We're still learning. By the way, if you haven't liked and subscribed, do that. Agility gain increased. He hits a lot faster. Okay. Not a lot faster. A little faster. Mana cost reduced. At max, that's nice. Now deals double damage to creeps. Alright, a little bit of way to farm. Make this hero a slightly better core, perhaps. Illusions no longer apply the debuff. I didn't even know they did. Alright, I don't know. Undying's fine. It's just an alright hero. Rework shard upgrade. No longer applies Earthshock. Now causes Earthshock to apply a 1.5 enrage buff on yourself. Whoa, that is so strong. Oh my god. What? This is so good. The other one was every 6 attacks on the same unit you'd get enrage, which was cool, but like it was kind of unreliable, right? It was like situationally good to purge stuff later into a fight, but it was kind of unreliable. Now you reliably get a short enrage, which is really good because basically you can jump on a hero like Lion. He might hex you, but it's not going to last, right? And then you can save your BKB and enrage for after. And it makes you have 2 less seconds. So it brings it all the way down to a 6-second cooldown. That's insane. That's insanely good. Man, this is so good. You're definitely going to buy this after like Abyssal, for sure. It's so much mobility, and this is so valuable because it's like right away, right? Venge, more base damage, more base movement speed. Scepter illusion, movement speed reduced, okay. Radius increased. Shard, they're just trying to make your core. Okay. Base damage increased. Slow reduced on Poison Sting. Radius increased on ulti. Duration increased, so the ulti's much better now. So I guess they're trying to incentivize people taking this at level 6 because no one would. So they're making a much better level 1. Meh. Viper, mana cost rescaled. Oh, wow, okay. So 5 less mana at level 1. That's a big deal. Shard armor reduction reduced from 1.5 to 1. Now it causes it to affect buildings for 40% of poison damage. That's pretty good. So you can siege earlier on with the shard. I don't think people will buy it, though, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think people are gonna buy this. It does let you get more stacks, though, so it's really good for sieging. The shard for taking towers is goated, because it reduces the tower's armor, and does damage, and gives you more stacks. So it's really good for sieging if you want to do that. And this is definitely a big buff, because you can actually use it more at level 1 and level 2. I guess it's not too much, though. 300 health at level 15, I guess that's pretty good. I don't know what the alternative is, though. I think it's attack range. Attack animation improved, base armor increased, mana cost decreased. That's actually a big buff. Shard, mana cost reduced, shard heal increased. A lot of Visage buffs for sure. I feel like Visage is underrated. I think this hero is like pretty good. Now as W, you can like skill it if you want to. Not that you would, though. Void Spirit, oh, okay. The shard is much better, which is good. The shard was pretty meh. Cast range reduced on Aether Remnant. Cast range reduced on your ulti, but not at level 1. Replenish time improved. Why would they improve that? Resonant, okay, this is the buff then in that character. So not that big of a nerf. Like, I don't really see this as that big of a nerf. This is a buff. This is barely a nerf. This is a buff. Mana cost increased, barely. And the cooldown was barely... You can still pick Void Spirit. That's all I took out of this, is that you can still pick Void Spirit. The biggest thing that this is a nerf to is the Ags, because it increases the cooldown by 4 seconds total, which is, frankly, not that bad. I'm not even going to read that. Weaver no longer unlocks max movement speed. Now moves at haste speed always. Okay, back to that. Okay. They keep changing it. Back to no boots, Weaver boys. No boots on Weaver. All right. I don't know if that's a buff or not. I feel like it is, right? You can't go like way too fast, but you can most certainly go really fast. So I don't know. I think that's a buff. Let's look at the talents. Swarm armor. You lost your 15 damage talent. I guess you could take Sakuchi damage, which isn't too bad, honestly. I actually think it was somewhat underrated, the Sakuchi damage. Swarm armor reduction. 35 damage at 35, but okay, but you don't get this one, and this is the better one. 2 Sakuchi charges. Is that good, though? Is that good? I feel like you don't really need that, to be honest. I think you'll take the Gemini attack, extra attack. Like, why would you need 2 charges? Like, I guess you're infinitely Sakuchi done, which is kind of cool, but like, it's like an 8-second cooldown, 6-second duration. Shackle Shot, mana cost reduced. Shard now reduces cooldown. That's pretty good then. There's a reason to take it. Kill threshold no longer scales based on power shot channel. Oh, that's good. So they made the shard much, much better. Again, the buff shard patch. Scepter no longer unlocks max movement speed. Still provides 2 charges. Scepter now provides evasion. Why would you need it to provide evasion? Scepter now provides haste instead of increasing the speed. So it gives you haste, which, I mean, that's a nerf, because you would like zoom. Now you don't like zoom, which is nice. It was so annoying to play against. I don't get this. Why would you want evasion? Don't you get 100% evasion? Oh, it's just passive. So it's when you're not win running, you get evasion? What? I guess that's okay, kind of. But they're already gonna have MKB for you, so I don't know. Wyvern. Oh, please buff this hero. I love Wyvern. Base armor increased by 1. Oh, that's good. Better for trading. 8 seconds less on his Q at level 1, which is big. Winter's Curse now ends if there's no enemies in the area for 2.5 seconds. So like if you curse someone and it doesn't hit anyone else, it just ends after 2.5 seconds? What does that mean? No enemies. Like if you kill the person, it just ends? I guess that's what it means, right? Cooldown reduced by 10, that's nice. The duration was increased at level 1, but this attack speed increased from 55 to 65? What are they what is this attack speed stuff? What is this even? Oh, this is the attack speed that units get when they're inside of a Winter's Curse. So this seems like a poop ton of Winter's Curse buffs, except for this, which I don't really understand. Someone can test this or I'll test it. Shard no longer increases Splinter Blast damage, but it now also reduces the cooldown. That's pretty legit. It's cool. Witch Doctor. Cask increased hero damage. Alright, cool. Wraith King. Oh my god, just talent changes. Alright. Wraith King. Stun duration, that's pretty good. I'd say that's probably better than cooldown. Stun them for longer, probably better. Some movement speed of 15, it's not bad. Hero gets kited, probably alright. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's definitely a buff then. You get the movement speed, only 5 less of 15, and then you get more strength at 20. I'd say that's probably a buff overall. I'll take that. I guess the strength in the early game is kind of nice though, so I'm not sure. Zeus, base armor increased by 1. Shard reduced from 14 to 11. Oh my god, if you made it to the end. Woof, you are a blessed boy. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I can't wait to, I can't wait to hear what you guys think about the new patch in the comment section down below, and continue to make more videos about it. I'll see you guys in the second video coming today.